Hello, it's me James and welcome to the channel. In today's video, I'm going to be showing you 7 duplication glitches in the latest version of the game. And for anyone wondering what version that is, we are all, or at least all of us, should be in the 1.21.93 version. That is correct. I remember... Oh, a dog. And remember guys, for a bug or glitch to be patched, we actually need a update to the game. So, if you're watching this video in the 1.21.93 version, and we've still not had an update, there will be no patches of these glitches. Just keep that in mind. But with that being said, let's jump straight on into the video. For duplication glitch number 1, I'm going to show you the stacked duplication glitch. The items you will need to perform this is 65 of the stackable item. It must be a stackable item and you must have 65. So for the purpose of the video, I'm going to be using diamonds, one of the best things in the game. And also, you are going to want a stack of blocks where you can fill up your inventory. So I'm going to do that right now. At this stage, we can leave like this, and we are essentially going to want to throw the singular one on the floor and fill up that spot. So now we've got no empty spaces, and we physically, according to the game physics, cannot pick up this block. But there is a way, or item should I say. So what we're going to want to do is hover over this item like this, and essentially we're going to pick up this stack and exit out of this menu at the exact same time. Now, if you do this correctly, I'll show you, we've actually been able to hold the stack of items and also have that singular item in our inventory. This is actually really good for holding an extra shulker box if you haven't got the room. However, you won't be able to duplicate the shulker box. Now, let me show you how to duplicate the item. So once again, we're going to hover over this and we're going to pick up this and exit out at exactly the same time. At this point, you simply want to save and quit. And what this will allow you to do is essentially dupe the items. So I save and quit, and I've joined the exact same world that I left out of, and we should now have, instead of having 1 stack, we should have 2 stacks of items. Now, if you have a chest, you can go ahead and rinse and repeat this duplication glitch by simply adding the 63 that you've duplicated, throwing the singular one on the ground, and filling up your inventory slot. And then, like I said, rinsing and repeating. Again, it might do that. And it's a little bit, I don't know, you have to do it perfect timing for this one. And then once you've got them, simply exit out the game. And so on and so forth. Join the game. And, well, join the world you just save and quitted out of. And once again, you will have duplicated the items. Now, as you saw, I did drop the singular one. Sometimes it's a little bit hard to pick up. I would say the skill base on this one is probably about a 5 out of 10. So if you're skilled enough, you should be able to do this, and it might take a little bit of practice, but after that, you should be good. Oh, hello, dog. One more important piece of information that I would know about any stack duplication glitch. If you can't get it to work in the overworld, which I can't actually do on my realm, I always go to the nether, and it always works for me. So bear that in mind. If you can't get it to work in one dimension, try another dimension. Next up, I've joined my simply survival realm, purely for the fact this next dupe works best on realms. And for me, as said before, this is a stacked variant of the dupe. So I'm going to go ahead and go to the nether. So once again, I've come to the nether because this style duplication glitch does not work in the overworld for me. However, essentially what I'm going to show you right now is a bulked up version of the first stacked dupe. With this one, you could duplicate 9 different stacks of items, or you could do the same stacks of items. You will just have to rename them in an anvil. So for example, gold 1, gold 2, gold 3, gold 4, gold 5, gold 6, gold 7, gold 8, gold 9. As long as these two the same name, and then this one has a 1, 2, 3. You should be good to go, and you can do all of the same item. For the purpose of the video, I'm going to be doing many different items, as you can see. And for this one, not only are you going to need 9 different stacks of items, all the same but renamed, you are also going to need a crafting table. So what we're going to do is throw the items, the stacked ones, inside a crafting table. Oh yeah, one more thing I forgot that you need is something to fill up your inventory. So I hope I've got enough items right now to fill my inventory. I'll use this meat. You can use any item. Again, it doesn't need to be steak, but just any item that you can think of to fill up your inventory. So I filled up my inventory and I've put the stacked items in the crafting table. Now this one is slightly different, and like I say, this is best working on realms. I actually don't know why, though this does work on normal worlds, but you'll have to wait a couple minutes before you do this next step. And the next step is exit out of the game. We're physically gonna force exit out of the game. So instead of saving and quitting, we're physically gonna do a force exit out of the game. Let's go back on here, and remember, I did this on my Simply Survival realm, though you didn't see me actually join it. And we're going to join the realm, and soon as we've joined the realm, again, it's doxing me, but I'm not there. It's doxing me wrong today. I'm definitely not in Ireland. That was the worst name of Ireland. But yeah, I'm definitely not there. And now we're back in the world. So what you will notice is, in our inventory now, we've actually got the full stack of items. And if we open the crafting table, we have also got the full stacks of items. And this is the crafting table stacked dupe. This is very, very OP for if you want to duplicate 9 stacks at the same time. This duplication glitch I personally like, purely for the fact, no matter what my skin. 1 sec. As I was saying, no matter what update, I have never, ever, ever, ever known this to be patched. The timing might change slightly, but I have never, ever known this to be patched. This has been working for years and years and years, so I do think it's worth showing you guys. This is the chest duplication glitch. For the items you are going to need, you're simply going to need a chest and somewhere you can break some blocks. So bear that in mind. I'm on grass. This is going to be an easy way to break blocks. I'm going to use the breaking of the blocks as a time indication. Inside the chest, as you can see, I have got a full chest full of shulker boxes. Now, for the purpose of the video, let's imagine that these shulker boxes are actually full of items. So just think how many items you can duplicate from this, and this is exactly what we're going to do. So we'll grab the chest as well, and now we've got a chest. Let's go and set it up. All you got to do to set this up, place your chest in front of you, all right, and make sure you've got the items you want to duplicate in your inventory. It is as simple as that. At this stage, we are going to save and quit. What this is going to do is make the game remember this point in time. In fact, now, because they do a bigger bit right here, you can see right here, look at the picture. It is saved this point in time, which is exactly what we want to do. We're going to join the world again, and as soon as we join the world again, we are going to want to fill up this chest full of items. A little bit like this, okay? So you can do it quick, you can do it slow. The quicker the better, but you don't want to be too quick. And as soon as we've done that, we are going to want to break out 8 to 11 blocks. Now, this could vary on what device you're on. Remember, exiting out of the game, which we are about to do, can change on different devices. So I'm just going to go and do it like that. I think that was 10, nearly 11 blocks, right? So, like I say, this could very much change, and if you don't get the timing right on this specific glitch, it can fail. However, once you do get the timing right and you know the exact amount of blocks you need to remove, again, the blocks is just a time indication. It's a lot easier than trying to guess how many blocks to remove. So you can see here, look, we've still got some of the blocks been removed. So if we open the chest, we've got a full chest of the shulker boxes that I placed in. But not only that, in the inventory, we've got a full inventory of shulker boxes, and these are the ones that I placed in the chest. Remember, this is a time-based glitch on different devices. You are going to find it different, find it different, or it's going to be different how you exit out the game. For me, it was Alt F4, and I almost forgot that. That's why I was a little bit slow, but it still was okay. For example, if you're on Xbox or a mobile device, on a mobile device, you'll slide up and then slide away. It's very important to know that information. And on Xbox, you're going to press a few buttons. So like the home button, go to the game, and then you press the 3 lines, and then it will come up with quit game. So then you force quit the game like that. Not sure how you do this one on PS exactly, but it should be around the same as Xbox. So there we go. That is the chest duplication glitch. Last thing about this one, if you did want to reset this one up, just remember to save and quit before you attempt the dupe. Next on the list, we have another old but gold one. This is the dripstone drip leaf gravity block duplication glitch. For anyone who doesn't know, a gravity block is a falling block that does include the dragon egg. And for the purpose of the video, I'm going to do it with the dragon egg, but you can do it with any of these items. You can also bulk up this system, having more than one drip leaf, and you could do this a lot more times. So, essentially, this is a really, really easy one. I always like to show this one. You have a drip leaf, you have a lever, you pull the lever. You then put your gravity block on top of the drip leaf, and you'll get a bouncing effect like this. All we're going to do is save and quit, and once we join the world again, we should have 2 dragon eggs, not 1. This is going to work with all of the falling gravity blocks in the game. You can see right there, we've got another dragon egg. So if you're just wanting to duplicate, you know, just a quick another dragon egg, this is definitely the one for you. So yeah, all you have to do, save and quit, join the world again, and you will be good to go. It is as simple as that. You can see, works every time. And then you can just go like this, let that fall, and get your original back. And we've got 3 in a matter of seconds. Again, this is good for quickly duplicating a few gravity blocks, but if you want to expand this system, feel free to. Next up on the list, we have got such an OP duplication glitch. I saw a comment saying this is a clickbait duplication glitch that has actually come to life. From what I hear, Mojang have caught wind of this, so please do this before it's too late. The items you are going to need are as follows. You're going to need a water bucket, a lava bucket. You're going to want some solid blocks of choice. I've got 3. 2 cobblestone and 1 stone for some reason. Bring yourself 10 glass, 1 slime block. You're going to want a bunch of bone meal. Bring yourself more than 1 grass block if you so choose, but you're at least minimum going to want to do 1. Bring yourself a couple of items that you want to dupe. Blocks wise, got to be a block. I'm going to be using the diamond block. You're also going to need some redstone repeaters, 5 to be exact, 5 pieces of redstone dust, 1 lever, a pickaxe because you're going to need to pick the block so you can obviously get them, and 2 sticky pistons. It is as easy as that. So to start this off, nice and simple, we are going to want to break a hole in the ground and then place a solid block. We're going to miss a gap and then place another solid block. Let's jump on to the glass and surround this hole like this with glass. I think I said another solid block, but you know, break out a solid block, which is obviously the ground. All right, so surround it in glass. Now we can go ahead and get our sticky pistons, both of them, and we're going to put 1 sticky piston there, and then we're going to have a solid block with another sticky piston on. I'm going to grab that back because I am going to need this later on, and we can remove that later on as well. Right now, what we can do is get our slime block, and let's go ahead and throw the slime block on the face of that sticky piston. At this stage, let's grab our water. I'm just going to move those leaves out of the way. Place a water there and a lava there going into that hole, and we are good to go. At this stage, what I would recommend doing, put in a solid block and then 2 more pieces of glass there, because I always forget that step. So yeah, now it's covered, we won't have no burnage issues. Next up, let's jump onto some redstone. This is where our repeaters are going to come in handy. So the first repeater is going to want to go diagonally to this piston like this, and we're going to put that on a 4-tick delay, so fully open the repeater. We're then going to have a piece of redstone and 3 more repeaters, so 1, 2 and 3. Now the first 2 are going to be on 4-tick delay, And the last one, only a 3-tick delay. So you're just going to click it twice. So 1 and 2, all right? And it's going to leave that little gap. At this stage, we're going to want to make a little step up, a little bit like this. And we're going to flow the redstone up here so it connects to that repeater, or piston, should I say. And that is the bulk of the redstone setup. There is one more bit we need to do. The last little bit, you want a piece of redstone, and then we're going to have a repeater. You don't have to adjust this at all. And then we're going to have a lever a little bit like that. Finally, we can remove this. And we can place the items we want to duplicate right here. So I'm going to place them like that. A few people said you only need 1 block, but I've always done it with 2 blocks. So, I mean, try it out. If you only need 1, you only need 1. It doesn't really matter. But there we go. I think, for the most part, we are 100% set up now. This is extremely, extremely OP. So, the grass block itself is going to be for here, so we can actually do bone mealing. Now, this is a very important part of the glitch. You're going to need a double piece of grass in that position right there, and that's why we've got those 2 pieces of glass, so we don't get any burnage issues. Right, we are ready to perform the duplication glitch. Watch very carefully how you set this up and what you do. A few people skip it and then they're like, it doesn't work, but just watch very carefully. So what we're going to do is pull this lever, and what this will do is push that right there. To get this block to reappear like magic, we're going to break this. So keep an eye on that piece of cobblestone. We're going to break this piston, alright? And as you can see, the block will reappear like magic. At this stage, this is a duplicating regen block, meaning you can mine this over and over and over again, allowing yourself to get so many blocks. This does not just work with diamond blocks. You can do it with any block in the game. There are also illegals that you can get. You can join the JamFam Discord to get some more information on that right now. However, I will do a video on the illegals you can get via this glitch, but just look how OP this duplication glitch is. Now remember, if you want to reset this up again, you will essentially, I think you can save and quit, and it will turn off the regenerating block. So we're going to save and quit, turn off the regenerating block, and we would essentially set up the system again. So you can see here, it will no longer regenerate, and we're going to grab the sticky piston. Remember, we're going to want that there, and you're also going to want to remove this and turn off the system, and then replace your slime. Oh, not there. Right here, and you are ready to go again. You will just obviously place your diamond there. Let's try this without the back one, just for confirmation in the video. So all we are going to do, we're going to remove that. Remember, we're going to make our tool glass. Remember, grass. Do not forget to do the double tool grass. And we're going to turn this on, and we're going to watch it happen, as you can see. And now we're going to remove this piston, watch the diamond block reappear, and there we go. Yeah, you only need 1 diamond block to actually do this. So there you go. That's pretty nice. And we've got the regenerating block. This is by far one of the most OP glitches in the game at the moment. Make sure you use it before it is patched. On to the next one. Next up, if you are looking to duplicate a massive amount of gravity blocks, look no further than this machine. This is the most OP gravity block duplication machine I personally have ever seen in Minecraft. I am not going to lie. So, for the purpose of the video, I'm going to show you in creative how this works. You can see we're in 1 chunk, 2 chunks, 3 chunks, 4 chunks, and 5 chunks, and then we finish off in 6 chunks. So you're going to need a 6 chunk area. All this is running down here is a redstone wire, so you can turn on the redstone with a lever, and a stream so the items can come back to you. It's really quite simple. And also, this is the machine. I'll give you a brief look at it, but the full video is going to be in the description below. So long story short, very easy, very resource-friendly machine to make. I actually think you can do this with copper rods now instead of using the end rods. So bear that in mind as well. It will be even cheaper, but this is a very, very easy machine to work. You can do any gravity blocks in the game. You can see in my inventory, I haven't actually got any gravity blocks at the minute, apart from the ones that I've just got. And you can do multiple different ones at the same time as well. So here we've got some concrete powder, we've got normal sand, and of course dragon eggs. To get this duplication glitch to work, we're going to go down this side where the redstone system is. what I'll do is I'll get rid of this 64 and I'll jump on into survival. So any skeptical people don't think it's anything to do with creative. So you can see right here, there's the machine. We're going to turn this machine on. Now, you can see the items bouncing up and down. This is very important. This is how you know it's going to work. So whilst I'm waiting, a warning on this machine. Do not use this for over a minute or two at a time. This is very, very OP, and it can cause extreme lag to your game, so bear that in mind. In fact, I'm not going to risk doing any more right now. I'm going to turn off the machine. I'm then going to save and quit. Another very important step. Remember, save and quit. We're going to jump back into the world we just exited out of, but when we join the world again, we're going to actually step forward into this chunk. So now look what happens. Look at all of those blocks that we've duplicated in such a small amount of time. And remember, I've got nothing in my inventory, so just look how many. It's absolutely insane, and that is from a few seconds work. So if you leave that on for just a little bit longer, you are almost definitely going to get even more. But just remember, avoid the lag, and the full video to how to build this is going to be in the description below. On to the next one. Have the OP bundle dupe. This is probably one of the best item duplication glitches in the game. Not only does it do non-stackable items, but you can do stackable items as well. You'll be able to do one stack at a time. So for this, the best version of this, regardless of what anyone else says, believe me, this has been tried and tested on a number of different devices. Bring yourself 11 hoppers, 25 blocks thereabouts. Bring yourself a lever and 7 chests. Again, these have got a few extras on, but I'll explain them when we make it. You're also going to need a bundle with any item you want to dupe. Again, this could be a full stack of items, meaning a full 64, or a singular non-stackable item, whether that's a elytra, a mace, your tools. It's entirely up to you. So, this is what we're going to do. We're going to do one of each, but first of all we need to set up the machine. This machine is really easy to make. Essentially, we're going to want to make a little platform like this, a little bit off the ground, and we're going to go with a 4x4 platform or something like this, a 3x4. I think a 4 by something, I don't know, we'll just see what fits the best. So something like this, because we're going to want a hopper system in the middle. So let's just go with, I think that's alright. That's looking good to go to me. And yeah, I'll probably bring a pickaxe. Let me just grab one. Find the 3x3 or 3x2 area right here. We're going to have a hopper facing downwards, and then hoppers basically going into each other. So that one goes into that one, as you can see. This one goes into this one. This one goes into this one. This one goes into this one. That one goes into that one. We'll remove the first hopper that we placed in and essentially make that go into the last one that we just placed. So now we've got a hopper loop. So if we put an item in there, you can see that the item will continuously loop around. Pretty easy, pretty nice. So let me just grab this. There we go. Now, what we're going to want to do underneath this hopper, we're going to want to remove a couple of blocks like this. And we're essentially going to want another hopper going downwards. But first, what I would probably do is get your chests. This is going to be an easy retrieving system. And I would not, not put this in, because this is actually really important. If you don't put this in, there is a chance you can lose items if you do a certain thing. So definitely put this in. And we're also going to remove this block and essentially have a lever so we can turn this hopper on and off, so it's not going to affect our hopper system. Last but no means least, this is an optional extra if you really want to do this. Me personally, I can't see a reason why you wouldn't do this, and this is going to be a collection system. Now, the reason why I can't see why you wouldn't do this is because, yeah, you're going to get so many items duplicated from this glitch. You're going to be like, what am I going to do with them all? This gives you a option of having a chest below where you can fill it up, and you can even add a number of different chests as well. So for example, we have a double chest there. Doesn't have to be perfect. And then we can remove this one and have another double chest there like that. And then we can have a hopper going into it. You can even add one final one under the ground. Or if you build the system a little bit more higher up, you know, you can have a lot of storage for this duplication glitch. I wouldn't avoid doing that. It's a very, I wouldn't say important. I mean, you don't have to do that. But like I say, once you've got a full inventory from this dupe, it's a little bit hard, you know, to carry on. You just want to be able to throw it in here and keep all your stuff so you can continuously do it. And this lever, again, very important. I'll explain why very shortly. But let's show you the actual duplication glitch in action. First of all, we're going to do this with a bundle with 64 items in, all right? A stack. So we're going to throw that in the hopper circuit system, and essentially just as the bundle disappears, we're going to grab the items out of the bundle. Now this is slightly time based, a slight bit of skill is involved, but you can actually get this reasonably perfect. And as you can see, I can grab the items out. Sometimes, yeah, you just get yourself an empty bundle. Now what the lever is for, essentially people would try and put the items back in the bundle like this, but I mean, I'll try and do it. There is a chance that you can actually lose the items doing that. I mean, I was able to do it that time, but that is what the lever's for. So let me grab these items. Let's see if I did it that time. No, so there we go. So what I'm going to do this time to make sure that my items do not disappear, I'm going to use the lever. I'm going to put the lever back on. And that is just a safe way to make sure your items are safe all of the time. Again, all you have to do is wait for the bundle to show the items on the last second and then pull them out. It's slightly time-based, but like I say, it's a little bit skill-based as well. But you can see I've just done it there again. We started off with one stack, and then we got 3 stacks, and I can do this one more time. Let's see if we manage to do it that time. No, it's a little bit empty. But what we'll do now, I'll try and grab the bundle out. There we go. We'll do it with a non-stackable item. So let's do this with a pair of elytra. And it's exactly the same. So we're going to wait till it turns up. And then we're going to grab the items. I was a little bit slow there. Hopefully, there we go. Oh, a little bit slow again. So I missed them all together. I think that last time, yeah, I knew that last time didn't work. So I'll try and put them back in. But you can see I put them back in and they're not actually in there. That is why the lever system is very important. So you can lose items if you try and put them back in without the lever system. So I'll throw the lever on, wait till the bundle's in, fill the bundle up, click the lever, and then we'll go back onto the circuit. It is all safeguarding your items, alright? Obviously, you need to grab the bundle out of here. And yeah, like I said, you're just safeguarding your items, because no end of people end up losing their items from silly things like that. And if you just use the lever system, you do not need to do that. So remember, on the last second, grab those items out. Apparently I can't do it right now. Again, it is still slightly skill based. Let's go and do this with the mace right now. We'll throw the items in and we'll try and get us a mace. Again, you've got to do it on the last second, and obviously if you don't put your lever back up, it's going to go straight down into the safe section. So let's just do this. Throw this in, and we should be good to go. Remember, on the last second, you want to pull those items out. It's slightly hard. It's slightly tricky. But you saw I did it with the stacks of items right there. But I do want to do it at least one time with the mace, right? You know what I'm saying? Again, it's basically time-based. And you just have to grab them items. I think that was a little bit early. Yeah, it was definitely a little bit early. I mean, alternatively, you could try and grab the bundle out of here and then put it back in. It doesn't really matter as long as you don't try and put the items back in the hoppers. So, I think that was too early again. Oh, no, I managed to duplicate the mace. That's good going. And maybe again. But there we go. So, we started off with one mace and, well, one of each item. I lost one of the items due to the bug. But there we go. Easy duplication glitch. This is probably one of the best in the game at the moment. And for anyone who says literally do it with less hoppers, this is best for all devices, as tested on all devices. And that, my friends, are 7 duplication glitches in the latest version of the game. Remember, these will not be patched as long as we don't have an update. And that is all I've got time for. I will catch you guys on the next one.